A lot of people don't realize, but you can actually use checkboxes in Excel to create your own custom filters. And once you see this video, you'll probably never use regular filtering in Excel the same way once again. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to use these checkboxes to dynamically filter your data into a separate filtered data area based on your filter selections. So in my case, as you can see, I have an Excel table with various items and their stock. And over here, I have 3 checkboxes: fully stocked, running low, and empty shelf. Basically, anything that's 0 will be empty shelf. Anything that's between 1 and 5 units will be running low. Anything that's 5 or greater units will be fully stocked. And I've created checkbox. So basically, if I check any of these, I can actually filter my table into a separate area right over here. And I can also see how many items have been filtered. So 13 items are fully stocked, and there's only 1 item, for example, that is empty shelf. And then there's 6 items that are running low. And I can also select multiple checkboxes to filter my data as well. I'm going to be showing you step by step how to implement this into your Excel table. Alright, so let's start from scratch here. Here's my table. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a helper column, and I'll just call this helper, and I'll keep this over here for now. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the table down a little bit, just so I have space on top to add my checkboxes and filters. Now I'm going to have 3 criteria that I'm going to be looking at. One is going to be fully stocked, so I'm going to write down fully stocked. The second will be limited inventory, and the third will be stockout, anything that's 0 in inventory. Okay, so basically anything that has a quantity of 0 will be stockout. Anything that is 5 units or more, I'll consider that as fully stocked. And anything that's between 1 and 4 units, between 1 and 5 units rather, will be limited inventory, as in I should be placing an order for it. And I'm going to go ahead and add in my checkboxes. So I want 3 checkboxes beside each of the criteria. So I'm going to select this area of my Excel spreadsheet, go into insert, and within the control section, I'm going to insert a checkbox. And there we go. We have 3 checkboxes right over here. Of course, right now, they're not going to be doing anything. Now, within my helper column, I want to use ifs formulas, so IFS formula, to be able to filter, or rather return to me in this column, the status, the inventory status based on the quantity. So basically anything that's 0, stock out, anything that's greater or equal to 5, fully stocked, anything in the middle, limited inventory. So I want to be able to use the ifs function. So we're going to go ahead and go equals to IFS. There is multiple criteria. So the first criteria is that anything, if this one over here, if the quantity is greater than or equal to 5, then the text we want to return here is fully stocked. And I want the spelling and everything to be the exact same as over here. Then the next test is going to be if it is between 1 and 5. So in that case, since there are 2 criteria, I'm going to be using the AND function. So AND, introduce a single quote, or sorry, a bracket rather. So the first criteria is that this is greater than or equal to 1 and close bracket. The second criteria is that this is less than 5, because anything greater than 5 would be considered fully stocked. And I'm going to go ahead and add the bracket rather to this condition as well. So as you can see, we have the first condition, C8 is greater than or equal to 5, return fully stocked, comma, and then we introduce the AND function for the second logical test. C8 is greater than or equal to 1 in brackets, comma, C8 is less than 5. If that is the case, then we're going to go ahead first of all, close this into our brackets as well. Now, if this is true, as in if this is between 1 and 5, the value we want to return in this cell is limited inventory. So in double quotes, limited inventory, exact same spelling and structure as over here in cell B4. And then this third logical test is if this value here is equal to 0. If that is the case, then of course we want to insert in double quotes stockout. So we can write down stockout over here. And I can go ahead and close up my bracket. All right, so essentially the reason it was showing an error is because we need more brackets that surround the AND function. So basically it's going to be AND followed by 2 brackets and then our 2 conditions followed by another 2 brackets. So basically AND is going to engulf or cover both of these conditions. So we need AND bracket bracket, and then the AND function closes with 2 brackets as well. And once we fix these brackets, our formula should look something like this, and we can press enter, and now it gives us the response. So as you can see, this is fully stocked because it's greater than 5 units. We're going to go ahead and drag this down by simply double clicking on the fill handle. And as you can see, now it's giving us all of the information about the stock, the quantity rather, for each item. So we can go ahead and conduct a quick check. Limited inventory is 1, so that's correct. That's the logic we selected. Based on our logic, tomatoes should say stockout, and that's what it says as well. So we know that our formula, our ifs function, is correctly made. So now that the helper column is ready, now what we're going to do is the next step, in which case we're going to actually create a area for us to be able to generate the filtered results when we checkbox everything into a separate area. So I'm going to go ahead and copy these headers, the table headers only, and I'm going to paste them right over here. And then go ahead and select the row above all these headers. And I'm going to go ahead into the Home tab, Merge and Center, and I'm going to get a title for these. So I'm just going to write down filtered data, just so we know that this is the actual table, this is the filtered table. And then what I'm going to do, one more thing, is I'm going to go into this table and I'm going to go ahead, Control T, make sure it is a proper table. And I'm going to remove the filter buttons, add a design to it. And I'm going to rename it as well, stock table. And now we can go ahead and move on to what's next, which is going to be over here in this array. What we want to do is whenever a checkbox is selected, on the cell to the right, we want to write down the value that's being checked off. So if fully stocked is checked off, I want to return fully stocked right over here. If limited inventory is checked off, I want to return the text limited inventory right over here, and so on and so forth. So what we're going to do in order to achieve that is we're going to introduce another if function. If this cell over here, the cell containing the checkbox, is equal to true, meaning the checkbox is selected, and then over here I want to write down fully stocked. So I can just grab this and basically paste it into this cell. But if this is not selected, i.e. the value is false, I'm just going to add 2 double quotes to demonstrate that this can be left blank in that case. I'm going to close the bracket and press enter. Now whenever I select this, fully stocked should be written over here. So I select, it says fully stocked. I'm going to go ahead and take the fill handle and drag it down to all cells over here as well. So as you can see now, fully stocked, limited inventory, stockout, everything is showing over here based on my selection. This is going to be very important as we go on into the filtered data area over here. Now we're finally ready to actually filter our data based on our checkbox selections. So because we're filtering, we're of course going to be using the filter function in Excel. So equals to filter. Now our array that we're going to be filtering is the table. Now this table is called stock. Excel recognizes this table as stock. So I can simply write down stock and Excel automatically highlights this table. And what do I want to include? Well, I want to include 3 things. Either the helper column is selected as fully stocked, or limited inventory, or stockout. So I'm going to select the helper column here, and I can go ahead and remove the headers statement over here because I don't need that. So the header column is equal to cell D3. Cell D3, if this is selected, cell D3 will say fully stocked. And then I'm going to add a plus function. I'm going to do the same thing once again, get rid of the headers area, and now select equals to D4. D4 as in if limited inventory is checked off, D4 will say limited inventory. Plus once again, the helper column. I'm going to go ahead and remove once again the headers statement here. And this time it equals to stockout, in which case if this is selected, cell D5 will return stockout. And now I'm going to go ahead and put everything into parentheses. So go ahead and put this into parentheses, and then I'm going to put this into parentheses, this into parentheses as well, and then comma. If empty, as in if none of these are selected, then I don't want my filtered data to be showing anything either. So 2 double quotes to show nothing, close the bracket and press enter. And as you can see right now, it's showing nothing. Now, when I select fully stocked, for example, cell D3 over here is going to show fully stocked. And this over here, this area is going to filter the table by whatever the helper column is selected as fully stocked, and it's going to show me ultimately those fully stocked units. So let's give it a try. Let's select fully stocked. As you can see, we're getting all of the fully stocked units right over here. And let's go ahead and let's select stockout. We know our function is working properly if we select stockout and only the tomatoes return, because we know only the tomatoes are stocked out, everything else is good. So I'm going to select stockout, and as you can see, we're getting only the tomatoes. So we know that our function is working properly as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and just take this area over here, and I'm going to cover it in thick outside brackets. I'm going to change the cell style to note, just to make it look a little bit more professional as well. And I'm going to bold this as well. And there we go, there we have it. So now I can filter my data table based on my stock selection. And I can also filter it based on many other things if I wanted to. So that's how you can use these Excel functions that we've paired together to be able to filter your data set using the checkboxes. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you shortly on the next video.